your black belt test. All right? You have to know all of this stuff prior to going for your black belt. All right? So let's make sure you're paying attention. All right? Learning. Who here has seen this one already? A couple of you, right? You should all have seen it. We're going over it again real quick. I don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Learning. Where do we learn? We learn in school. We learn everywhere. We learn everything. Right?
Yes, sir.
Let's bring this up a little higher. And just step on that thing. Just hold the bottom of that. Let's bring this up. You need to work on, I want you to look at the calendar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take a look at the calendar for next month.
Sir.
Okay, learning. We learn at school. We learn everywhere and we learn everything. This is important, okay, because once you understand this, it becomes a lot easier. Knowledge, right? We get knowledge through observation, right? We should see with our mind to understand, right? And look with our eyes to observe, right? We use our eyes to observe, and our mind, once we see it, then our mind takes over so we can understand it. That's knowledge, all right? This is wisdom. How do we get wisdom? I want you to tell me.
Wisdom is when somebody gives you advice.
No. How do you get wisdom, Donovan?
That would be super smart.
No. Sit. Tell me about wisdom.
You get wisdom through experience.
Exactly. Wisdom, it's right here, guys, see? All you had to read is that. I should have hid it from what I did. Okay. Wisdom comes from experience. Okay, how do you get experience? Tell me.
You get experience by looking at lots of different stuff.
Not looking. How do you get experience?
By observing.
No. How do you get experience?
Practicing.
Practice. I'm looking for one word. Tell me.
Paying attention.
No. Tell me.
Gain experience from doing something.
That's it. The word is doing. The only way you get experience is by doing. Doing it yourself. That's experience. Okay? You can't get experience by reading a book. You can't get it from school. You can't get it from just observing and watching. You have to do it. Does everybody understand? Okay. And experience is what you want. Wisdom comes from experience, and experience is very, very important. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this word, belief, right? Over the years, our beliefs can change, right? Then they become our new truth. Now, truth is relative and different for each person. Truth is not the same. Come on in. Okay, truth is not the same for everybody. Your truth is not my truth. As you get older, right, you experience more. You gain more wisdom. And ideas and things that you thought of when you were younger change. So your truth changes. Right? Truth changes for you. So truth is relative. Let's talk about faith. All right? Faith, what we know in our hearts and body, right? Faith is more of a feeling. Faith is unseen and known. Can't see it. Air. Do we know there's air?
Yeah.
Right? There's air all around us. Why? Why do we know? We can't see it. We use it, breathe with it, right? Okay. So that's one thing. There's things that we know, right, in our hearts and our mind that are true. Now, everything in life, everything we experience on this world is a frequency, okay? Pull out a radio. Turn the radio on. You hear the voice in the radio? Is there a man in the radio? How does the voice get there? How does it get there? There's a frequency, right? A frequency that is modulated with a person's voice. It's a carrier, right? And then a modulation, a voice is put on top of the carrier, and the carrier takes it right over to the radio, and you hear that person's voice. Frequency. This is what it looks like. The line is the carrier, and the voice is you speaking, right? Now, we hear at a certain frequency. We can only hear within a band of frequencies. You can only see in a band of frequencies. See these lines right here? That's the band. If something comes in here, out here, I can't see it, I can't hear it. But if it comes in here, then my eyes can see it, my ears can hear it, and then when it goes past that band, I can't see it or hear it anymore. That's how it works. Now, everything has a frequency. Just because you have wave masters, you have all of these different things around us here. They happen to be in a frequency we can see. There's other things that are around that we can't see. They're within this band, they're not within this band, so our eyes can't see that. You can't hear, you hear the air? Is the air making a sound right now? No. Can you see it? No, but we know it's there, right? Okay. So, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Remember that part. That's the part I want you to remember. Okay? Trust. Who gets your trust? People that you know for a very long time, correct? All right. People that we know for a really long time. Moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles. These people we know for a really, really, really long time. They get your trust. You don't give your trust to everybody. Respect. We respect people for the way they live their lives, right? Your code. What do you live by? What's your code? I live by a code. I try to do what's right all of the time. I don't like liars. I don't like people that don't treat people the right way. I don't like people that steal. If your word is no good, then you're no good. That's my code. Why am I going to deal with somebody? Why would I even want to take the time to know or deal with somebody whose word was no good? If your word is no good, I don't need to know you. You're gonna give me your word and I know it's no good? It means nothing. give somebody your word you're going to do something, that's who you are. Take care of it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That goes to moms, dads, teachers, all your life, for the rest of your life. Then you become known as a person who's trustworthy. And if you're trustworthy, people can count on you. And that's who they like to give important jobs to. Trustworthy. Who do we give our attention to? You give your attention to people that want to teach you something. Your teachers in school. People that you pay to teach you. Your parents pay me to teach you, so I get your attention. I don't necessarily get your respect until you know me for a really long time. But I will get your attention. Because that's what I'm being paid to do. I get your attention. If a teacher at school is talking to you, trying to teach you something, you should be giving them your attention. And you give a person your attention by standing still, not fidgeting, and looking at them when they're talking. Your parents pay those teachers through their taxes. They should get your attention. Does everybody understand? And then when you know them for like a really, really long time, then you can say, well, I respect you. Because you know how they live their life, right? I want to know, in order to respect somebody, I have to know who they are. I have to know how they live their life. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm trying to do this. I know you've seen this before, so I'm trying to go over this fast. And I'm only going to give you the important ones. Okay. The process of learning something new. In your brain, all of a sudden you get a thought. Where does the thought come from? Tell me, Donovan.
Something that you might like want to do.
Yeah. Maybe you want to play with your, what are they called? Oh, dolls. Or are they plushies? Plushies. I'm sorry. Boys playing with dolls. They're not plushies, they're dolls.
Plushies.
All right. And the process, right? So a thought comes into my head. Oh, I want to play with one of my plushies. Then you have a choice. Do I play with the plushie? Or I don't play with the plushie? That's the choice you get, right? You always have that choice. Whatever comes into your head, you always have that choice. Do I do it or do I not do it? Action. I could sit on the couch and decide to become a couch potato and not play with the plushie.
A couch potato.
Or I can play with the plushie. Right? Now, once I'm playing with the plushie, let's say I decide to play with the plushie, I gain experience, right, with the plushie. Now I have experience of playing with a plushie. And then I found out that the plushie's really a doll. And then, after I'm playing with the plushie, I develop emotion. Do I like playing with the doll, or I don't like playing with the doll?
Plushies.
Plushies, I'm sorry, plushies. Do I like playing with those? Okay, so now I have experience, and now I'm going to develop an emotion letting me know if I like it or if I don't like it. Now this is important. Emotion, right, are the language of the body. When you're happy about something, doesn't your whole body, your face smiles, and you start to get a little energy, and you're moving around? I like that. Oh my God, that plushie was a lot of fun to play with. Or you can develop a different emotion and say, oh man, that plushie was so hard to play with. I'm never going to play with that doll again. Donovan. And then here, so now that's emotions, that's the language of the body. Thoughts are the language of the brain. When we think, that's the language of the brain. The brain likes to hear that kind of conversation back and forth. And then that conversation will eventually create emotions. All right, anchoring. Anchoring is very important. Now, we use anchoring a lot here at the karate school. Some of my black belts know how to do it already. Some of my red belts know how to do it. All right? It's important, especially when you're teaching, to make people feel good about what they're doing. Okay? So let me see here. Donovan, I'm going to use you because you're not only one of my great students, you're one of my employees. Come right over here. Donovan gets paid to be an employee. Yeah, he works it.
David too.
Ready? Now watch. See, a lot of times we're teaching something, right? And I'll walk over to somebody and I'll go like this and I'll put my hand on their shoulder like this, right? And I'll go like this and say, Donovan, you did a really great job. I'm really happy. And I kind of squeeze it a little bit and I make it exciting. Donovan, I can't believe how great you were. Oh my God. And I walk right by and now, Donovan was just anchored. Put your hand down for 1 second. Donovan was just anchored, right? Donovan's happy, right? I walked over to him. I told him he was doing a great job, right? Now, the next time I want to make Donovan feel good, I don't have to use my words. All I have to do is look at him, and I'm out of there. That automatically makes Donovan know that he did a good job. Because that little squeeze on the shoulder or the pat on the back, he remembers that from the first time I did it. That's what we call anchoring. Now, anchoring is really important. Anchoring can be done for good. You got to be very careful because it could be done for good and it could be done for not so good. All right? So a lot of people get anchored and they don't even know that they're anchored. You can have a seat. Thank you, Donovan, for being a good helper. All right. This is important. The best kind of example I have for this is, has anybody ever here gone to a funeral yet?
No.
Have you? No? That's good. It's not a fun thing. All right? But anyway, a lot of people get anchored when they do go. And usually what ends up happening is you'll go over to the person who just lost somebody and you'll touch them in a certain way and you'll touch their hand or you'll touch their shoulder, I'm sorry, and they're already sad, okay? Now, what ends up happening is because of that touch or that tone of your voice, the next time something happens, could be years later, doesn't make a difference, the next time something happens and automatically that same touch is felt or that same tone is listened to, it automatically brings them back to a time when they were not feeling good, when they were not happy. All right? So anchoring is really a very powerful process. So you have to be careful, and you have to be careful not to let people anchor you. All right? Because as long as you know it, you can kind of control it. All right? There's a lot of people that walk around that are in what they call depressed. It's depression. They're depressed, but they don't know why. Okay? They have no reason. You know, they don't understand why. And sometimes this can be the cause of that. So it's really important that you understand how to do this. It's a very great tool to make somebody feel good, right? To teach somebody, all right? To make them feel, come out of being depressed, or coming out of being shy, or coming out of being, not having confidence in themselves. It's a great tool for that, and we use it here all of the time, all right? And my black belts understand that, and I try to teach that to them too. So it's important. All right, that's anchoring. All right. Okay. Read it. Louder.
The difference between rich and poor people.
The difference between being rich and the difference of being poor. All right? Here's what happens. This is the way our society works right now. The definitions here: cash flow, money to purchase items. If you have money in your pocket, right, you can go to the store and you can buy something. Maybe a plushie. Maybe. All right. Debt. Money you owe. Somebody gives you a loan, right? You say, Mom, come on, I want the plushie so bad. We can take it out of my piggy bank later. How much you pay for a plushie?
Kind of like 20 or something.
$20 for a doll?
$20 for
Fortnite.
Fortnite is free.
All right.
Fortnite.
Mom, Dad, lend me the money, I'll pay you back. All right? That's debt. You borrowed money, now you have to pay it back. Debt. Cash is when you have the money. Debt is when you don't have the money, but you borrow it to do something. Equity. Equity is value. Now, you own the plushie. You have it in your hand. Can you go up to eBay and sell that plushie? Sure you can, right? There's some kid that wants to play with a doll somewhere in the world, right? That's value. The plushie has value. It has a price that somebody is willing to pay for that. That's called value, okay? Really good. All right. Assets. When you receive payments, if you have an asset, you receive payments. Maybe every month, every week, somebody is paying you. Let's say you owned another house and you rented it. That's an asset, right? Somebody pays you rent, right? They pay you rent each month. Good deal. Important. Now, these are the 4 ways people can make money, right? Employee. In other words, you can work for somebody, and that person will pay you. Maybe they'll give you benefits, maybe like medical benefits, dental benefits, maybe. All right, depends on the size of the company. You're an employee, so what are you looking for? You're looking for a job. You're looking to make money each week. Maybe you're looking for medical benefits, dental benefits, whatever you can get as an employee. It's important. And a lot of people, you're all going to start out as employees, right? You're going to go to work. Kids all do the same thing. They go to work at McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, right? All different places you just go to work. All right. Now, the next way you can make money is big business. Look at big business, right? You could go to work for Apple if you're smart enough. Maybe you could go to work for Google. That's big business. There you're going to get benefits, right? There you can develop, if you're smart enough and talented enough, maybe you could make that, you could work there for your whole life, right? And if you love your job, it's going to be great. The worst thing in the world is to have a job that you don't love. If you have to get up every morning and get up, get dressed, get in your car, go to work, and you hate every minute of it, that's torture. You're not going to like it. So that's why it's so important right now to make some really good decisions. You're going to want to be smart. That means paying attention in school. Okay? Paying attention in school and being smart will get you a job. Learning and opening books on your own, what we call self-education, will make you a lot of money. Okay? What they teach you in school, most of the time, does not apply to the real world. They can teach you how to, you could go for a business course. How do I run a business? Well, you need to know this, you need to know that. Those are just guidelines. But when you get into a real business, it's a lot more that you need to know. And that's why you want to open up books on your own and learn some of this stuff. And start to go to work for people to gain what? Experience, right? Because by doing it, that's the only way you're going to know. All right, now, big business. What's this? Self-employed. That's like me. I'm self-employed. I've done all of these things. Right? I've been an employee, big business, an investor. I've been self-employed. I'm still self-employed. West Boca Karate is 33 years it's going on right now. Okay? And it's not easy to keep a business for 33 years. It's not even easy to keep a business for 1 year. Because the government is your partner. There are taxes to pay. There are rules that you have to follow. Okay? And it's not easy. And you know what? If you don't follow the rules and you do something wrong, Donovan, they come, they put a lock on your door, and they close your business up. And then all of a sudden you can't make the payments on your house, they can't make the payments on your cars, your kids need food, right? So you have to be able to do it the right way. And that's why you need experience. You have to go to work for somebody that's doing it the right way so you can learn how to do it the right way. You're not going to learn it in school. You have to do it. All right, self-employed. What I like, see, employees want something from the employer. Big business, they want something from the big business. They want a life. They want a career that they can keep going with, you know, for maybe for the rest of their life. Benefits. Self-employed people, well, they want to do it their own way. They don't want a boss telling them what to do. They want to be the boss. They want to tell other people what to do. Which one do you think is better? Having the boss tell you what to do, or you being the boss and telling people what to do? Well, then you need to be smart. So you better make that decision right now. You have to be smart, okay? You want to go home, you don't want to do your homework, you don't want to read, you don't want to do the things that are important. You guys all know what's creative thinking student. What was number 3? Who can tell me that? Number 3. You know it, Donovan? Tell me.
What is most important to us must never be at the mercy of what's least important to us.
Never make what's most important be at the mercy of what's least important. Your education is most important. Because that's how you're going to live your life. Right? You want to live a good life? You guys live good lives right now, right? Mom and dad take care of you. You want to have a nice house, nice car, right? You want to live in a nice neighborhood. You want to marry a smart girl, or I have no girls in here, a husband. Why would a smart woman want to marry somebody that's not smart? You want to marry a dumb woman, she'll marry a dumb guy because she's dumb to begin with. All right? So if you want to be the dumb guy the dumb woman marries, be my guest. But your life is going to be hard.